For technology and e-learning, we're focusing upon the orientation. The course units of instruction. We start out with the syllabus. We have the introduction to the course and the course concept. We have an orientation to the course structure. Then an overview of the final project. You might as well know what you're going to be working on, because by the midterm evaluation, we will have formative evaluation. And then Unit 1, focusing upon different standards, especially analysis within each of your MOOC environments. And there will be a team component to the endeavor as well as an individual component to the endeavors. Unit 2, same focus, and then midterm evaluation, where we are focusing upon formative evaluations within an open team structured environment. Whereas considering the amount of knowledge and information and critical analysis that you're bringing to the table as learners within the course, this is an opportunity to help support our colleagues developing efforts through midterm evaluation. Then we have a Unit 3, a Unit 4, a final evaluation, which is a second formative evaluation, where you are, as a learner, are not only gleaning your own formative evaluation information, but you're also supporting colleagues by offering them critical analysis of information and their developing products, and then a final project. For the course units of instruction, quick breakdown, overview of the course syllabus. Sure, we have a review of the course syllabus, focus attention upon submission deadlines. We have an assignment, which is a student information sheet. We have the next unit, introduction to the course and the course concept. We have the readings. We have an instructor assigning the teams that you'll be working in for the rest of our venture together. For the assignment, it will be the Veil Tutor, and it has to be 100% certificate of successful completion, where you made 100% success rate certificate states as much within the Veil Tutor environment. And then a bulletin board assignment, which is a professional introduction, where you're professionally introducing yourself, as well as engaging in a collegial discussion of everyone's backgrounds and sharing similarities and points of interest in other people's professional backgrounds. And orientation to the course structure, we have some readings. We have resources, which are a list of MOOC courses from which to choose, and listings of different areas in which you can find different MOOC courses. We also have MOOC providers, where if you wanted to create your own MOOC, Massive Open Online Course, you could actually consider developing your own MOOC. An assignment, the assignment is to choose 3 Massive Open Online courses for your course activities, and whichever 3 you choose, there are specific delineations, such as each of the 3 has to be within a different MOOC provider environment, so you see not only the differentiations between the different management systems, MOOC management systems, but also the instructional design and the teacher presence, the teacher quality of the teacher instructional efforts, if not there. For the MOOCs that you choose, the 3 MOOCs that you're choosing, they have to be in different management environments. But also important is that the MOOCs must be engaged within, whether it is self-control, movement forward, movement throughout the course, or if it is a facilitated MOOC environment where you actually do have an instructor of record. The MOOC has to occur within our course structure. It can't begin, one of your MOOCs can't begin halfway through our course. That is not acceptable. It has to begin approximately during the period in which you are choosing the MOOC as one of your 3 MOOCs that you're going to focus upon through our course activity, and the MOOC courses must conclude at or after the end of our course environment, because you must have the 3 to engage within throughout each of the assignment efforts. And then the last part of the orientation is a bulletin board assignment, where you're choosing 3 MOOCs for the course activity. You're posting your 3 MOOCs with reasonings, background information behind each of them to share with others and discuss with others, because it's amazing how much great information people find, and when we come together and start sharing it, there are so many other opportunities that come out of such discussions. And an overview of the final project. The This final project will address the INACOL standards. There are readings. The final project assignment will be to develop your instructional, and it can be as long or short as deemed necessary for your subject matter. You will develop an instructional product, which will be either a web-based course within a website or learning management system-based environment. You will create your own MOOC course. You will create a YouTube channel series, instructional YouTube channel series, or an instructional blog. It is your choice which one you choose. It must be an original endeavor. It's great if you have a prior YouTube channel, but this series will be a standalone. It's great if you have another blog account that you use. This blog will be a standalone. It's great if you have a website somewhere. This website will be a standalone, and the same for the MOOC. It's brilliant if you have 5 or 6 different environments to choose from. These will be standalone environments where they will stand in their own environment. It would be its own website. It will be its own MOOC. It will be its own YouTube channel series. It will be its own instructional blog. And then a bulletin board assignment where you're sharing your final project proposal, and again, reviewing everyone else's and sharing information and learning from everyone else. And the doctoral student specifically will have an additional major project, which is an academic manuscript. All the information is in there and available for review in our course unit. This academic manuscript will be a true academic manuscript, adding to the knowledge base. The focus will be submitting the academic manuscript to an international peer-reviewed journal or a national peer-reviewed journal that designates author guidelines. It is not an edited journal, it is a peer-reviewed journal, and there's a differentiation. Edited just means that there is an editor who goes through and looks at it and decides which manuscripts to include and which ones don't quite meet the mission of the journal. That is not an acceptable journal to choose. It must be a peer-reviewed, where you have colleagues, academic and professional colleagues from around the world who are reviewing your manuscript and designating areas of strength, areas of weakness, whether the manuscript will be accepted for publication, accepted with revisions, rejected. All of these expectations must be included in the major project proposal concerning the academic manuscript. The journal has to be designated, what's the mission of the journal, the author guidelines have to be included, as well as your developing idea. You need to have an understanding of the information, the knowledge base within the field in order to come up with a need, the gap that you will be filling. And usually within the vast majority of national and international peer-reviewed journals, that is one of the significant questions. Are you adding to the knowledge base? If the answer is no, then that is a serious concern and usually leads to a reject. And it's important to understand, at the very end of our course, that academic manuscript will be submitted to an academic journal for peer review. If it's accepted or not has nothing to do with our course. It will be submitted for national or international peer-reviewed journal. For our Unit 1, of course, we're always going to have INACOL standards that will be addressed within that unit. We'll have readings, video transcription resources will be included, video editing resources. The assignment is a team-based, video-based critical analysis multimedia discussion product, meaning that you will go off and critically analyze and evaluate your 3 MOOCs. Your team members will go off and evaluate their MOOCs, and everyone will come together and offer a critical analysis discussion of what was found, focusing upon the INACOL standards that are addressed within that unit, as well as your overarching information, ideas, analysis that you're bringing to the table for points of discussion. And there's also going to be an individual assignment component to each of the assignments in our units. The bulletin board will be for Unit 1. Part 1 is the assignment, where you and your team are posting not only the team assignment but your individual components of the assignment to the bulletin board environment by a specified date and time. And then Part 2 will be where everyone evaluates, comes together, critically analyzes and discusses each of the other team's efforts and thoughts and processes. And for the doctoral students, the additional major project will be academic manuscript draft, where you have an opportunity to submit to me for evaluation and feedback. And I've been a review editor for a number of journals, and I'm a peer reviewer for innumerable national, international journals and international conferences for papers and stuff. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And for this opportunity, this is a major opportunity to guide your efforts forward, as well as an opportunity for the doctoral students to self-regulate their efforts instead of waiting until the last week of classes. This is an opportunity for me to see how you are moving forward, how you're progressing, offering information, offering reviews to help keep you on track. Unit 2, amazingly similar format. The primary differentiation are the INACOL standards that will be addressed, and there will still be the expectation of the assignment with the team, and as well as the individual components that will be posted to the bulletin board, and then a critical analysis and discussion from an individual aspect. And again, the doctoral students will have another opportunity to submit their academic manuscript draft for review and feedback. The midterm, formative evaluation of your MOOC experience, formative evaluation of the final project development. Remember, you have those 4 different options to choose from for your final project, so you will share access to your final project environment, as well as a video conference-based discussion and critical analysis of your final project, where it's not only you presenting, but a critical analysis and discussion of the strengths, the potential weaknesses, and how to enhance your final project. And then doctoral students, you will offer a video conference-based presentation of your manuscript to our collegial peers. Unit 3 and Unit 4, very similar to Unit 1 and 2. The primary differentiation are the INACOL standards that we are focusing upon within each of those units. Again, the doctoral students, you will be submitting your academic manuscript drafts for review and feedback. The final evaluation, INACOL standards, all of them will be addressed. The formative evaluation of your MOOC experience will occur again, another formative evaluation, and a formative evaluation of the final project development. It's your last chance to present what you've been working on, designate the differentiations between the prior formative evaluation and what you've changed based upon prior feedback, and a collegial discussion of strengths, potential areas of weakness, and how to enhance your final project prior to the final project submission. And then doctoral students will offer another video conference-based presentation of the manuscript where it is at that point. And for the final project, all INACOL standards will be addressed. The bulletin board will have the final project posted. This is an individual effort. And then part 2, communicating about everyone else's final projects. The final project assignment will be posted, will be submitted. The doctoral students have additional expectation, academic manuscript, final expectations, meaning all of the information, as well as submitting proof that you have submitted the manuscript that you've been working on all semester to the National International Peer Review Journal for consideration. The UAS submission, and then student contact information in case something crazy happens after our course is over and I need to be able to contact you. In case any of your information has changed, I ask that your student contact information is shared only with me, only privately through our assignment submission area, so that in case I need to get a hold of you, in case something has changed, I didn't know about it, I will have that information easily available. For our assignments and the point allocations, the listing is there. Although the student information sheet does not have points allocated, it's still an expectation. The midterm evaluation, the points allocation, final evaluation, the formative evaluation, the point allocations. Bulletin board assignments, please note the point allocations for each. The final project point allocations. And for the doctoral students only, the point allocations. And for each of the MOOC environments, it designates exactly what needs to occur. For the bulletin board assignments, it designates exactly what needs to occur within this course. And if you have any other questions or comments, I would find it brilliant and a great opportunity to communicate within our asynchronous environments, our bulletin board area discussion list.